Back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between our visitors and our home team. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Go now. 70, Indy. Quit talking about any weapons.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's 2nd and 8. Trying to lay one up deep. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
What a spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
First down, Francois, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 24-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This field. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Indianapolis coming back out here. And earlier we mentioned the injury to Jacoby Brissett in Week 9 against Pittsburgh. Now remember, they were already without T.Y. Hilton, out for multiple weeks, injuring his calf in practice. And also center Ryan Kelly left the Steelers game as well. So the Colts now at 5-3, a little dinged up.
Yeah, to put it mildly, and when you lose your starting center and your starting quarterback, that's a big hole to fill for any team. And look at what ended up happening. A lot of mistakes happened too. What do they call them? The cardiac Colts from last year? A pick 6, 2 lost fumbles, blocked extra point. and they missed a potential game-winning field goal. So add it all together, there goes a 3-game win streak out the window. They have won 5 of their last 6, though, and they will still contend in the AFC South.
Yeah, Adam Vinatieri, you mentioned the missed game-winning field goal. He hit the game winner in Week 8, but now he's just 14 of 19 on extra points and 12 of 17 on field goals. Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns. Long, they'll look to throw. Washington's got it. 20. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. A big play there. 48 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Tampa Bay's offense coming out here. And, earlier in this game when they came onto the field for the first time, we were discussing their loss at Seattle that dropped them to 2-6. Now 4 straight defeats. But again, that game at Seattle, rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he'll give it here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing deep for Murray. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play in front.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin White leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The 20, 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a 2nd guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation.
And got his man complete. 33 yards that time. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Point after, right down the middle. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. And it's now 21-7. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21.
Honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash, honey yard, dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Between our visitors and our home team.
Okay, Coach. Well, in just a few short months, this place will be the epicenter of the sporting world when it hosts Super Bowl 54. It's Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between our visitors and our home team. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Single slot.
Throwing on first down. Perry. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball will get all the credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Pretty good start there on plays 1 and 2.
And not discriminating at all, is he? Make sure he's spreading it around on the first 2 throws of the game. 2 different parts of the field as well.
Back to throw. Perry under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against them.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And, he took that thing one-handed. What a grab. Touchdown, Cowboys. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Detroit Lions are 3-4-1 through 9 weeks of the NFL season here. Their offense coming back out, CD, gives us a chance to kind of talk about their season. Every game seems to be the same, right? In Week 9, again, they're right there, and then they lose a close one against Oakland 31-24.
That is a great point. It does feel like when you watch Detroit play, they're in every game that they play. Sometimes they get over the top and get a win, but more times than not, something goes a little bit haywire, and that's why they're 3-4-1. Remember, this season started 2-0-1 and probably should have been 3-0 after blowing a big lead in the fourth quarter at Arizona. Now they get Chicago, home against Dallas, at Washington. If they want to make any kind of a move, it has to start in these 3 games.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Johnson was the intended receiver. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Going on the ground with Homer. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Perry. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 28 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
No problem there on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 19. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Breaks free again. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When you break a couple of tackles, extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball. Just go down.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after one. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
60 Pittsburgh. 61, matchbox light.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in Week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to resurface that MVP talk we had earlier in the year. Who do you have right now leading in the MVP race?
Is this quarterbacks edition only, or can we actually bring other people into it?
Yeah, go wherever.
Because the league does tell you that MVP can be anyone, but numbers show us it's really got to be a quarterback. So let's just start there, right? Russell Wilson in Seattle. I think he has to be a prime guy. I think you have to look at Tom Brady, all right? It's always Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, if he can get back into the lineup and be his usual self, he could get into this race again and maybe defend his crown. And Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay has really come on in recent weeks despite a stumble against the Chargers this past week. But how about Lamar Jackson? I mean, what he's doing with Baltimore and their win over New England, you've got to have him as a prime candidate. And you know how much I love Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's in special when he's
Oh, he is absolutely special.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now back to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
2nd and 4. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. CD, we're already firmly in the month of November, so I want to go ahead and take a look at the AFC playoff picture. Right now, division leaders, New England, Baltimore, Houston, and KC. If it ended today, the wild cards would go to Buffalo and Indianapolis. And you think those are going to be the 6? Probably some shuffling along the way.
There will be some shuffling along the way, maybe more in seeding than in actual teams, because when you're looking at who's in the wild card hunt right now, Pittsburgh, Oakland, both 4-4. Tennessee and Jacksonville at 4-5. The way teams are playing, they may just knock off each other. I think all the teams we listed have a heck of a chance of making it to the playoffs.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. On 1st and 10, Perry. Thomas has got it, complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Over the middle, taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Perry. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, hey, we talked about the AFC playoff picture. Let's look at the NFC. That's a different story. You've got Dallas and Philly neck and neck in the East. Then Green Bay, New Orleans, and San Francisco as division leaders. But with only 2 more wild card spots, going to be some good teams left out in the cold in January.
Yeah, because right now you got Seattle at 7-2, Minnesota 6-3. They would be in as of right now. But the Rams, 5-3, Carolina, and whoever doesn't win the East out of either Dallas or Philadelphia, this is going to be a heck of a battle, isn't it? People are going to have an effect on this conference with every game that's played, maybe even teams that aren't in the conference. If you lose to someone, anyone, it could knock you out of the race.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Sheldrick Redwine with good coverage that time as he was there to knock it away. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Going up top. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 20. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But it's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Perry, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. He's got a man, complete. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
On first down, Perry. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job. Here we go. Pittsburgh.
We have hit halftime. Still an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, and a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string.
So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Look at me, zipper. That's me. Check it out.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Throwing on first down. Perry over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
30 base.
Second and 5. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now He's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And now running right through him. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Johnson, the intended target. Well, with that incompletion, let's tap into the useless facts file, shall we? 3 guys with the last name Allen got the start in Week 9. Josh in Buffalo, Kyle in Carolina, Brandon in Denver. All 3 got the win. And, Charles, that's the first time in league history that 3 QBs sharing the last name won on the same weekend.
How about that?
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 20. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Looking to throw. Perry, they'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Perry. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, Jason Garrett sends in his field goal unit from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they move it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right, 20 years ago.
And that's caught inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. And Owen caught it up, and the Cowboys have recovered.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away, take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And out now come the Cowboys. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And this complete to Mitchell. 11 yards there, first down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and through. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the...
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
For they're inside the 25. Scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Donut, 8 read. You. You draw corpus.
2nd and 13. On the crossing route, complete. That's Mitchell. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
61.
They'll set up a throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 19 yards away, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
This is Homer. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll run this with Homer. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Perry. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, they took a shot there and tried to get it downfield. 4th quarter tie game.
Tried to get it in one chunk, didn't they? Wanted to get into field goal range, as you noted, but good reactions back deep, forcing the incompletion.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. On 4th down, Perry. And Thomas has it. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. Perry. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. He'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. They'll drop to throw. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Lions have taken the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception.
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be